Ooh,
we are 4-1.
Nothing comes easy, huh?
4-1.
Nothing. When you think you got it put away, they drag me back in, and ay.
Oh my God! All right, good first half though.
Yeah, that was it, and then boy, we sort of gave him every opportunity. A good learning experience, different than the last game. We put, points on the board. We didn't get to. We got to over 30, right?
Yeah. Again.
With that field goal, a doinker. We got a doinker at the end, which sealed it. Which seemed fitting, I guess. It would have been unbelievable, but doinked and it fell short. But it did the trick. But boy, we were just. Oof. Nail biting throughout that whole second half, except for when we had great plays that kept us in it. Was resilient, but you can't do that against Baltimore. You can't do that against Kansas City. We got banged
Isaiah
up.
Rodgers on the right sideline to the 10, the 15,
and we're going to play the Steelers banged up, and Baker, luckily, even though he went in the tent. You saw that play where they sacked him. Wills let the guy in. He was just standing there. He crushed him. Baker didn't move. He took the weight of the lineman on his shoulder. I thought he separated his shoulder. I thought he was done when he went in the tent. I didn't think he was going to come back.
That was scary.
Casey Keenum, but then when we saw him on the sidelines afterwards, we knew he was okay to play. But he almost threw another pick at the end here, when they blitzed him.
Well, Baker got away with a lot of stuff in that game.
Absolutely,
a lot of stuff in that game, and then just magically we were able. I want to say a couple things. Number one, Sheldrick Redwine just out of nowhere with a big pick.
The play of the game.
Redwine
play of the game after. He comes in cold off the bench. I assume he didn't play that much, and he steps right in front of him and picks it off. I just wanted him to get on the ground as soon as possible so he wouldn't fumble. And you would think that sealed the game, but that didn't even seal the game. I mean,
it never ends. It's a never-ending story with the Browns. Sheldrick, big play.
Myles Garrett played well.
Higgins
came through.
Higgins, not only did he have the touchdown, not only did he have another nice catch, but if you guys go back and watch the run, the D'Ernest Johnson 28-yard run that ultimately sealed the game.
Right.
Higgins with a big stick.
And Hubbard pulled, opened it up like Teller would have, certainly, and they've done that in the past, so you know that. But you got Johnson running the ball, and then like Mike said, Higgins come through and pops the other guy.
Stuck him.
And that sprung him for the 28 yards he ran. 28 yards. Wow.
When we needed what, like 7 or 8 for that first down?
Right.
D'Ernest Johnson not only breaks off a 28-yard Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt style run, he stays in bounds.
Right.
The dude stayed in bounds.
And it was like 3 or 4 or 5 seconds before the 2-minute warning. So it ran down to the 2-minute warning, and then they used their timeout after the 2-minute warning. But that would have given them another timeout because the clock wouldn't have started if he went out of bounds. So, I mean, very heads-up play, great run, great call, great blocking. But now we got to see if Teller can come back. It's a calf injury.
See,
if you guys have been watching the other games, Mike showed me the X-ray or what happened to Prescott, Dak Prescott's ankle.
Ristano sent me a text on that.
His ankle went sideways, and I think he's done for the season at least. And Andy Dalton's in there, and I was trying to figure out whether it was tied up with less than a minute to go, and Dallas was trying to get in field goal range. Let me see if
while we're doing that, everybody who's in chat right now, everybody smash that like button. Hit me up with that like button. If
Dallas won 37-34.
Dallas wins the game. Where's Marcus Spears now with his Baker Mayfield? Daniel Jones is better than Baker Mayfield.
And now Andy Dalton is going to be the starting quarterback for the Cowboys. He won the game. Obviously, he must have thrown a couple of nice passes to get him in field goal range at the end. I don't know how far the kick was. I'll look it up when we get to the stats. But two lousy teams, the Dallas and now you're going to take that Dallas offense, which was red hot under Prescott, and lower it down to where Andy Dalton is. And if I'm a Dallas fan, I'm thinking, well, hey, maybe we just blow the season and we take what's his name?
Take Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, take Trevor Lawrence.
Everybody's in it for the Trevor Lawrence. We say, thank God we are not.
Right.
Thank God we're not. So going back to the Browns game, and everybody hit that like button. We got Anthony says we are the number 4 team in the whole AFC. Dak is having surgery, says Ara. Let me give some shout outs. We got John Schlegel Esquire in the house. Kova, what's going on? Ara, Alex, Massamiani. In the house. Mary's back. Mary, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a while. Max Nikolenko is in the house. We got Junior. We got Kyle. Kyle Lou is here. My boy Kyle. We got Browns Daily in the house. All right, guys. Welcome. Jason Kimball, welcome. Blossom, welcome. American Saxon, man, where you been? Welcome back. Isaiah, what's up? Guys, we are 4-1 for the first time since I was 14 years old. This is before DirecTV. We're going to Browns backers bars when I'm 14 years old in Steelton, Pennsylvania. Guys, this is where we're at right now. It's only taken what 34 years or something to get there.
Yeah,
not 34, 24 years. My God, we are 4-1. We're a little banged. We're a little banged up. Right? Nothing we can't recover from. Again, one game closer to Nick Chubb coming back. Hopefully Kareem, because it looked like he was a little I don't know if he was gassed or if he was just the groin was acting up there. Ara, are we the same age, Mike? Well, I'm 40, so probably. First half here for Baker, lousy second half. Couldn't agree more. I mean, if you look at Baker's stats. Finally a game where he throws over 35 times and we win 37-21. Take back a couple of those passes. Take back a couple of those interceptions.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
we're doing much better.
Rating wasn't very good. It's like 72, so he's usually around 100, and that's a result of those 2 picks.
Unbelievable.
And, the second pick, he got whacked really, really bad. But the first one wasn't a good one at all.
And Jarvis with 4 catches, 88 yards, 9 targets. If he would have caught those 2 balls that hit him like right in the hands, he goes over 100 for the first time. I don't know why Jarvis doesn't want to go over 100, but apparently he wanted us to play on hard mode for that second half there. But Rashard Higgins, welcome back, dude.
Yeah,
welcome back in the end zone.
Part of the mix.
Yeah, and when he went into the end zone, was doing the red carpet, you could tell he was walking. He was walking a little bit like, I've been here before. Yeah. I've been here before, and I belong in the games. The big block with Rashard Higgins down the field, man.
For a guy who's been scolded for maybe his blocking ability, I
love that dude.
A key block that won the game or iced the game for us.
Yeah,
and put us in a position. So I mean, Rivers. I mean, you don't expect those kind of mistakes by Rivers. A pick six and a getting sacked in the end zone. He throws it, down the sidelines to nobody, and we're yelling flag.
Yeah, we're yelling. I mean, can we talk about that coverage, that safety there? Mm. N'Keal Hines, he calls for a fair catch on the 3-yard line.
Mm.
Bro,
big mistake.
Let the ball go.
Big mistake, and they're running the ball all over us in the fourth quarter, third to fourth quarter. So why do you pass 10 yards deep in your end zone with Rivers? Who hasn't had a stellar day. He's doing okay, making some nice plays, but he desperately threw it. You could see on the replay how he was going down. He threw the ball, and he threw it there was nobody within, even the defensive player wasn't within 10 yards of that play.
Dude, I mean, and that was a coverage sack. It was a cover. He had to just heave it. And he didn't want to heave it in the middle of the field because he couldn't see anybody because the pocket collapsed. So he throws it, heaves it out of bounds, hoping there'd be somebody there, and there was nobody there. Good thing that the ref, because we were looking, we're like, where was he throwing it to? Yeah, he was in. I mean, Phillip Rivers is not going to get outside the tackles.
Big play. I mean, so many big plays in the second half. Obviously, the pick six, we thought the game was over at that point.
Yeah.
You just run out the clock. But they give up a 101-yard touchdown on a kickoff.
That after that interception, after the interception for Ronnie Harrison, I was like, this is it. We got it. We're going. It's cruise control for the rest of the game, and then right after that, the return kick. And my dad and I were talking earlier in the game about blasting it through the end zone. Just blast it through the end zone, take it to the 25, because two bad things can happen. They could return it or they could fumble it. So both sides of the fence there.
Right.
And to watch that guy, and it was just, it's our special teams let us down, but then our special teams with Cody Parkey, dude, 3 for 3 with a 46-yard field goal, 3 extra points. I have it highlighted right here.
That was the only bad kick he had. Everything else was down the middle, no question. They pulled it a little bit.
They couldn't ice him. They couldn't ice him because he didn't have it. It's like, look, just go out there and make the kick, and he made it.
I thought he was going to make it. I had full confidence. I didn't realize, he pulled it so far to the left until you saw the replay.
Yeah,
and then
faded
you saw
a little, fading,
and if that had been the picture we had seen, I would have said, well, it's going to go left like the Buffalo kick last year and missed left.
And just faded in.
But it just
doinked.
Hung there, and it doinked through.
And you know what? That's the second week in a row where, like, Parkey, the first one with the blocked extra point that ended up in a 2-point conversion.
Right.
And then this week with hitting the upright and doinking in. Guys, how many times have we seen missed shanks, missed field goals? Hitting the upright, doinking off. Remember the Phil Dawson kick where it went in and doinked out,
right?
And they got it wrong.
Right. I was thinking if it gets blocked, they pick it up, they run it back for a touchdown, we lose the game. I mean, anything can happen. Obviously, but a great win for us. Other than the injuries. Hopefully Teller's back. Hopefully Richardson,
Sendejo's got to go.
Field. Sendejo,
dude, my God.
He gave up. Quincy Carrier said in his thing that he's a little bit slow, and the one over the middle, he was 5 yards away from him when the guy caught the ball, and luckily he caught up to him to knock him down because he was stumbling. If the guy catches it on the run, it's like a 70-yard touchdown, wide open over the middle.
Here's the point: if at this point, based on the fact, now listen, Redwine had a really nice play, and I'm not trying to take that away from him, but we have to seriously consider making a change.
Yeah,
we got to seriously consider making a change with Redwine at this point.
After a free agent that's out there, or contacting other teams that want to make a trade now that they're 0-5, or they're counting like the Giants. The Giants are done. Miami had a big game today. They crushed the 49ers, I think.
Yeah.
With Garoppolo, and Garoppolo went back out. I don't know if they took him out because he threw the 2 interceptions, or they just took him out because he was ineffective. He really wasn't playing that well. But Miami was, and Fitzpatrick, I'm sure, threw for well over 300 yards. He probably lit them up. And on the West Coast, traveling from Miami, I mean, I didn't give them a shot at all to win that game with Garoppolo coming back. And the Giants made it a game with Dallas.
Blasselin says Quincy Carrier said Vikings fans were happy when they let Sendejo go. I mean, to be honest, guys, like we said, I mean, Sendejo was not the plan either, right?
Right.
I mean, Delpit was. Right. So,
and Joseph was out today. He didn't play. He's a strong hitter, which you want from your strong safety.
Carl's out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just we are getting banged up like other teams are getting banged up. God, if we had lost Baker, that would have been a crusher, and we'd have to go with
and I think Ronnie Harrison
Keenum,
then Ronnie Harrison got a concussion.
Right, yeah, he's out.
So he gets a pick 6, and then he's playing great game so far that he's played since he's gotten the Browns. He's got a concussion, so who knows what's going to happen with him.
Came in and played well for Teller, evidently. I mean,
Jordan Elliott got hurt too.
Yeah,
I mean, we're getting dinged up, guys.
Well, any football team,
and Teller going down early,
play with 250 to 300 pound guys who are flying at you. there's another quarterback is down. Garoppolo maybe got hurt.
Yeah.
Alex Smith had to come in Washington because Kyle Allen went down, I think. So they took him out. So Johnny Manziel may get a shot before this season's over. You never know. They're getting desperate, especially in Dallas. I could see Jerry Jones saying, "Hey, Andy Dalton is okay, but I don't know who the third quarterback is because Dak Prescott is not coming back."
Hey guys, I mean, thinking about like this game here, we're holding the Colts to 23 points. I gotta tell you, I'm fairly satisfied with what we did on defense here.
Yeah.
Not only that, we held them to 23, but then we actually did a pick six, so we got and out of the 23, 7 of that was on special teams, so you can't lay that on the defense.
Yeah, there were several points. I'll go back and look at the game, but obviously, if all you guys are watching, you saw the same thing. There were several times where we had them third and not long, but 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, and we couldn't get off the field. Rivers was able to get the first down, move the chains, and keep them in the ball game.
Yeah.
And when he picked 6, I thought the game is over. But these guys are quickly becoming the sort of not the cardiac kids, because the cardiac kids won games, by rallying at the end, and they won the games, as opposed to we're the cardiac kids trying to hold on to big leads and games that we should win. We're like
the cardiac teenagers.
Yeah, or just
young adults.
We can't put our foot on the throat. We can't walk away with a lock at the end of the third quarter, whatever. 49 points and still sweat it out at the end.
So the first time we talked about this, the first time we've been 4-1 since 1994. I'd love to know, when was the last time we had 4 straight games scoring 30 or more points?
Yeah, they'll be putting that stat
There's
up
going to be
tomorrow.
crazy stuff going on here.
Somebody's going to research that one, and we go against the Steelers, who had a good game. The Eagles had a chance to beat them. We were watching that game, as you saw us on the pregame. We went back upstairs. They were in it. They had the ball, and they just couldn't get it across the goal line.
I got to hand it to Indianapolis. They kept Odell relatively in check.
Right.
Didn't give up anything on that big reverse play.
Right.
They were able to stop. They were able to stop the reverse pass that Odell had. It was just an 18-yard pass to Hooper, which is great, but they were able to stop that. They didn't give up a giant play. I mean, we had that 32-yard pass to Jarvis. I wouldn't call that giant. I would say that was really nice, and it was really at a nice time. Jarvis bailed for the 2 drops that Jarvis had. He did bail Baker out with the catch that he had over the guy.
Yeah, he made a couple of really.
And OBJ bailed him out with that one where they burned that second challenge.
Yeah, right.
So OBJ and Jarvis did their part in that game.
And you go through the whole second half without a challenge, and there wasn't a play that they wanted to challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
It didn't hurt them, but they did have to burn timeouts.
Yeah.
And that run by Johnson.
Listen, can we talk about
2 of them?
Can we talk about the first play of the game, where Kareem Hunt his progress is obviously stopped, and he's sitting there he can't move, and then they stripped the ball out of his hands,
right?
And the refs got it right.
Right.
I mean, guys,
that would have hurt if we had given it up to them on the 20-yard line
to start the game.
Play.
To start the game after one play, that could have demoralized us for that game. Like I feel like we were demoralized a little bit after that kickoff return.
Oh yeah, no question about it. I mean, you get 6 and you give 6 right back so easily.
Yeah.
They would have burned 4 or 5 minutes off the clock trying to get the ball downfield, which would have helped end the game sooner. But to give them 6 like that, it was a great run.
Yeah.
And if you look at it again, there were several points in the run where the guys sort of gave up because they thought somebody else was going to make the tackle or they were closer to him. Yeah. And then they had to start up again. And by that point, the guy never changed gears. He just kept going fast the whole way. And we were just, our jaws dropped as we watched him go towards the end zone. It was just unbelievable.
I sat there. I'm like, I didn't think it was real actually happening.
Right.
All right, so just a little housekeeping stuff, guys. Anybody who's in here right now, hit that. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. It helps us go up higher in the rankings. So when people are looking for live streams and stuff, everybody hit that like button right now. We're going to be doing the homage T-shirt giveaway here in a little bit, right? Homage T-shirt giveaway. If our concurrents go up to 200, if we get another 40-something, 45 people in here, we're going to do another special giveaway. So tell your friends about it. Get some more people in here so we give you guys some more stuff. Smash the like button. We got homage coming up. Big thanks to a couple of the people that sponsor us on Patreon. So some of the ways that we do some of this stuff is by having Patreon. You see all the guys in the ticker down there below. Gary Washington, Rob Zaleski, Adam Alloway, Tim, David Jones, Nikolenko, all those guys. And then the big ones, our big sponsor, business sponsors. We got William Ali Real Estate. If you guys are in the Cleveland area and you're buying, you're selling your home, Tim Ali Real Estate. This guy is a Browns backer, big time Browns fan, and a supporter of the show, supporter of the channel. Really great guy. If you have you got his phone number. It's going to flash up every once in a while. Give William Ali a call. Say, I want to sell my house, or I'm looking to buy a house, and I found you from Brownie Postgame. He'll love it. And then also the Schlegel Law Firm. So if you're looking for anything from wills, trusts, evictions, he's a big supporter of the Special Olympics. He's Columbus, Ohio based, big time Brown fan. We're going back and forth, going nuts during the game, texting each other about what's happening there. Please support Schlegel Law Firm with any of your legal needs, all that kind of stuff. Ara, what did you think of the Steelers earlier? They didn't look like world beaters. I think the Steelers are a little bit more dangerous than we're giving them credit for because of the competition they've beaten.
Oh, that kid, 11.
What's that dude's name?
Goodson or no?
No, it was this guy. Was it Claypool?
Yeah, Claypool. He lit them up.
Dude, that guy Claypool, if he turns into like some stud, like a Hines Ward.
He's a rookie.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't even want to think about that. I just want to think about the fact that we are 4-1 for the first time in forever.
Right.
For the first time in forever.
Unbelievable. It turned out to be the game that we thought it was going to be. Close. I thought we'd have to score more than 26 points.
Yeah.
It turned out we did. With that last field goal, we went over 30.
Baker
didn't
Isaiah
have a
Rodgers
good game.
On the right sideline to the.
If he had a good game, we would have had even more points.
Yep.
We kicked the field goal at the beginning. We had it first, in goal.
Well, good thing good thing Stefanski took the points at that point. Like it was a smart play.
We
really
took the
made
risk on the fourth down and threw it to Odell. He got the first down, and then we scored.
it. Yeah, I mean he's Stefanski again. Like he looks cool and calm.
Yeah.
The entire time, like he's in control, like he knows what he's got going on. There were a couple plays on that first touchdown or in the first drive where we kicked the field goal. There were some questionable calls. I didn't love the play calling down there,
right.
But
it looked like the old Browns of last year in the red zone.
Yeah, it was like we get down and we got to take 3 points because we can't get it in. You get the ball on the 5-yard line, you got to score a touchdown.
Yeah, three plays. Baker had a chance to go in and he chose to go the outside and he got tackled, a good open field tackle on Baker there at that point.
And guys in the chat, I mean, if you guys are hearing anything about Baker in terms of the arm, we obviously we're doing the show, so we can't be looking at what the media is saying or what they're talking about, because they're going to talk to Baker after the game. They're going to do the press conference and stuff. So if you guys are hearing anything, please put it in the chat. I'd love to know like what's going on with Baker.
It's his left shoulder, and if you watched him get sacked, he got creamed.
He was doing this. I mean, that means that there's some nerve issue there.
The guy put the pressure, all his weight, which they're not allowed to do, those to drive him into the ground.
Right.
And you could tell he was hurt right away. He got up and got out, and he threw a pick at the same time. He didn't move.
Right.
They got to move him. He is very accurate on the run. They gave him when he did roll out like that.
Yeah, when he rolls out, he's
pretty accurate.
He's pretty accurate, but I think these teams are starting to recognize it. If they stay home, and they can force him to make bad decisions.
Yeah, there were a couple of times where he did roll out. There
was
a guy there.
Yeah.
Now he wasn't right on top of him.
Yep.
So Baker had a chance to throw it away or make the pass or even run without taking a shot. But you're right. They're catching up. If you got to change your mode of operation. Otherwise, they'll put you in a pattern that is very predictable.
And you know what? So Baker didn't have the second half of the game was bad for Baker. First half of the game was as good as you can get for Baker.
But he got away with things.
And you're right. He did get away with things. I mean, if you're looking at for the season right now, 2020, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 93 rating. I mean, everything is above his career high. Not throwing for a ton of yards, but that's fine. I mean, it's fine. Like, we're winning games. And I think that's the difference between Freddie Kitchens a lot and what Stefanski's doing. Stefanski's looking for the recipe. And he wants us to win games. He knows his job is to win games. His job isn't to get Baker Mayfield, 4 touchdowns. It's fine. Baker, to me, I think he still has development to do. But I think he's got some good stuff. Look at what we did to Phillip Rivers today, guys. After giving up all those points we gave up all those points to Dallas, and yet we hold Phillip Rivers to a 60 rating. Right. We got 2 interceptions, 1 pick 6, and a sack and a sack safety. Right. I gotta tell you guys, like we
held the ball.
We put it to Phillip Rivers, and we did not allow him to assert any sort of dominance on us. We also look at the run: 12 carries for Jonathan Taylor, 57 yards, 1 touchdown, whatever. But still, the longest run they had all day was 10 yards. It was passing.
Yeah, no.
And guys, that's the recipe to beat us. It's passing.
Yeah, and we we had 20 more plays than them. We had the ball 34 minutes versus 25.
Yeah, time
we
of
only
possession.
had 2 penalties, and for 10 yards, whereas they had 5 for 30. No stupid face mask, although there was one somewhere in the game. Third down
time of possession, 34-minute time of possession.
Yeah, third down efficiency, pretty good.
Penalties, 2 penalties for 10 yards.
Right,
that's it.
10 out of 17 on third down. They were 4 out of 11. So we both had 1 for 1 in fourth down.
And I think the one penalty was kind of a dumb penalty because I don't think Olivier Vernon was offsides when they got him on 1.
Right.
And the other one must have been something else pretty dopey because.
Yeah, we did okay. We got Odell was held maybe a couple of times. There were a couple of times that we held and we got away with it as well. So that maybe that worked out even.
Well, the one pass that Baker threw to Odell on the side where Odell was trying to grab it with his hand and it hit him in his face.
Right.
Odell's not going to try to make a random one-handed catch. The guy was obviously holding his arm, and when Odell was falling back, his arm was behind the guy. And you have a ref staring right at it. Like, what? I don't understand what the ref was looking at.
Well, they don't always get him right. I mean, that's why it's.
Well, we got honestly
human factors in there.
Ristano's texted me for opening play of the game. Ristano's texted me and he's going, "I think that we're gonna get screwed here." And I just wrote him back. I don't know. I wrote him back and said, I go, I don't know. I wasn't sure. And the fact that the refs got it right and didn't bone us on the first play of the game,
been huge.
It would have demoralized us. It would have hurt Kareem Hunt. People would have been like, "Oh, we want Nick Chubb back so bad," which we do, obviously. But
I'd like to be in that locker room when Stefanski gives his speech and gives out the game balls.
We both owe Kevin Stefanski an apology.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you go back and watch our video, which is on the channel,
we didn't really roast him. We just didn't see what other people were seeing.
But I even did a video with Quincy before that where I was like, "Hey, what do you think?" and was giving grades. I think I might have given Stefanski a D. I don't know, but I got to tell you,
I give him an A at this point.
Hey guys, in the chat, let me know. Did you guys watch the? I want a yes or no in chat if you watched the Building the Browns that was posted this week that showed the first quarter of the game. I want to know how many people, because I got to tell you that Building the Browns was I watch them all, but I rarely watch them more than one time. When my dad got here on Friday night, we watched it, the whole thing.
Right.
Because I got to tell you, it was fantastic how they make that show. Those guys, that should be daytime Emmy for whatever, local Emmy.
Yeah, a lot of Odell was very humble.
He's happy.
And he's happy in the role that he's playing, meaning if you keep me in the game, you throw it to me, I'll make some catches. The biggest disappointment was Jarvis dropping those 2 in his hands passes that meant something. But then, you look back, as Mike said, he made some great, almost impossible catches that kept drives alive and so forth. So it's like anything, you're going to have your easy drops. You're going to take your eyes off the ball. You're going to look downfield. You're going to be afraid of getting hit. All those things happen, even to the best. I mean, Jarvis is not, absolutely perfect, that's for sure. But it's going to inspire him and Odell. You got Higgins back. Who else played? Hooper had a couple of nice catches. Okay,
Hooper is turning into a very consistent 5-catch type guy. 5-catch, 57 yards. He might get a touchdown here and there. He's not going to light it up. And Joku came back, had one little nice catch that kept the drive alive.
Right.
That was nice.
He was involved.
Everybody got involved in this game, and I think that's one of the interesting things that we have going on right now in Cleveland is we are bringing. This is a team. It's a team effort. We're not trying to force it into one guy. We'll give it to Hunt. We'll give it to Chubb. We'll give it to Dearness Johnson. Hilliard, we didn't see the D train today at all. It was just two running backs, right? Well, no, we gave it to Andy Janovich once,
right?
Which didn't work out too much. What about Baker with that nice little scant for the first down when we needed it?
Yeah, in the first half, that was pretty good.
Yeah, and if he could have broke one tackle, he probably would have walked in for another touchdown on the drive where we ended up scoring. So
yeah, let's see what he says in the post game interviews. It'll be interesting to listen to him.
Absolutely.
Jarvis will probably complain that he should have caught those two passes, and
he should have.
Odell, made his contributions, no touchdowns, but Stefanski is going to talk about what went right, what went wrong. Obviously, giving up a 101-yard kickoff return at a very inopportune. There's no good time to give that up, but to give that one up. They're going to work on that. They're going to figure out what they did wrong on that this week.
Yeah, RS is good block from OBJ and that Baker run too. You're right. But and OBJ I was watching. He's blocking downfield the whole time.
Right.
On a lot of those runs, so it's really good. I don't think there's any news on Wyatt Teller other than it was just a calf injury, so they're going to watch him. I don't think they wanted to force him back because I think Hubbard was playing okay.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, Hubbard this year is much different than Hubbard last year, and the reason why is you have a complete offensive line. When you have G-Rob on one side, and then you got Hubbard that's in there, who's probably the weakest offensive lineman we have. That exposed him as a weaker spot. Yeah. But he's the one guy, I would say, Hubbard, that's gotten consistently better. You're not seeing us bring in the guys like Kendall Lamb, right? The other offensive lineman.
Right.
Evan Brown, Nick Harris. You're not seeing those guys come in. They're giving it to Chris Hubbard. So they must believe in him to a certain degree. Jedrick, I'm going to be really interested when Mike and I, so we're going to, just so you guys know, me and Mike Rosano are going to do this Wednesday show coming up. So on Wednesday, and Mike does the Pro Football Focus stuff, so he'll be able to give us all the stats and the numbers on Pro Football Focus, and I'm really, really interested to see what they give Jedrick, because I don't know if Jedrick had a great game today. I don't think he didn't give up sacks or anything.
No, but he gave up the one that Baker got crushed on, and he was just standing there. He didn't try to push him to the outside. He had already he'd gotten beat. At least that was my impression. If it was somebody else who beat him, but it came on his blind side. Baker didn't sense any pressure.
Yeah,
hung in there, and as he threw it, he got whacked, and that's what led to the interception. So, and the first interception he threw was really bad. I mean, he wasn't even close. He was leading one of the tight ends, and it looked like he either ran the wrong route or stopped his route. And the guy made a nice interception on it, and it kept them back in the game. Rivers gave up the 6th pick, so he gave up 7 points.
Yep.
Baker gave up the interception and gave up we held them to a field goal.
And that was the other thing too. We were actually making the stops when we had to.
Right.
We weren't giving them carte blanche into the end zone for those big points. So it was just really the two touchdowns, right? The first quarter and then the third quarter. And then we had our big 5-point quarter in the fourth to seal it up, And that's fine because I'm sitting there with 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter being like, just make the game be over right now. Make it be over. I don't want to watch any more football. It's like my heart is going nuts in these games because I just wanted it to end.
3 turnovers and we still had difficulty. Usually when you turn the ball over, a pick 6, another interception, and a safety where you get 2 points and you get the ball back again at critical points in the game in the second half. The 2 of them occurred. that you would think that, okay, they should win this game, not handily, but they should win it without too much difficulty. But we couldn't. We just we have difficulty.
It's you know what it's that mid-game lull, guys. We talk about it a lot. We talk about it on this channel. We have this mid-game lull between the sixth and the seventh inning of our games. Fifth and the seventh inning, I'd say, right in the middle of the game, where it's like it's over the hump, but it's like this. It's like we have our third quarters have been just pretty bad, and fourth quarters even then. And then we just kind of wake up at the end and we close it out. Quincy talked about this on his show, and this is the one thing that I think that we are. This is the telling sign that I think we're a decent team, is the fact that although we're seeing adversity happen throughout the game, we're closing. Right? We're closing.
Kansas City came back to earth. They got waxed pretty good.
Yep.
Unexpectedly. That was an upset.
I don't think the Steelers are gonna be in a position to whomp us.
No, I don't.
No,
think so
it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a close, just like Kansas City and Las Vegas. It's an interdivision game. So John Gruden wanted to win that game in Kansas City, and Kansas City might have been overlooking him. Absolutely. Right? Yeah, and Kansas City made it a good game at the end, too. They pushed it right to the end.
Yeah, Carr played really well, so he deserved that win and their whole team. But early on, I said there's no way that I think the Raiders are gonna beat them in Kansas City.
Yeah, we obviously picked the Chiefs like everybody else.
Atlanta goes down in flames again. We picked them for the upset. They had a chance, but then they caved. So they're, Texas came through. We picked them as an upset. We went against the Steelers because we hate the Steelers, and they had a shot, but the Eagles just couldn't do it. So Roethlisberger played pretty well.
Yeah, Roethlisberger played well when he had to, but again, now we're looking at old Ben Roethlisberger. He's not going to be as elusive, but man, if they have those kids are going to that speedy kid. I mean, that kid is...
Well, let's hope he had his game. He had his coming out party, and he'll go back to normal, go back to reality.
Chase Claypool.
Obviously, we're going to put some people on him. I think Myles Garrett was double-teamed a lot today, so they kept him away from Rivers. Rivers wasn't very mobile. I don't think he ran even one time, really, past the line of scrimmage, so we held him pretty well.
Ben Roethlisberger had a good game. The Eagles are terrible.
Right.
The Eagles are terrible on offense and on defense. They're terrible. So that stinks that we couldn't do that. The Pittsburgh Steelers, when you talk about a cakewalk first 5 games of the season, right, or 4 games of the season, they had one. The Tennessee game wouldn't have been. The Tennessee game would have been a test.
I think this will be their toughest game.
Yeah.
That they've had to play because obviously we have 4 wins. They haven't played a team that has 4 wins. They were 3-0 with 0-9 as their opponents.
It's unbelievable.
And what you call the Eagles today, who've had 1 maybe win.
Dude, the stupid Eagles. Hey, let's give away a T-shirt.
Yep, go.
Who wants a T-shirt? All right, so we're gonna do homage right now. Homage T-shirt. Yeah. Okay, type your 1 to 100 now, guys. I'm going to type in my number. I got it in there. It's ready to go. Everybody, if you're new to the channel, in order to participate in the T-shirt giveaway, all you got to do is type a number from 1 to 100. I've typed in my number. I'm just going to hit enter when we say go, and whoever gets closest to it, not closest by going, literally whoever's closest to it, is going to win the free T-shirt from Homage. And then... we've had some overtime stuff in the past too. If he gets close or somebody ties, we got somebody there. So my number is in. As soon as we're done, I'll hit enter, and then I'll go back and see who's closest to it.
Did you tell him the red wine story when he came in and I said?
Oh yeah. So this is a good time to talk about it. So Sheldrick Redwine comes in the game because Ronnie Harrison's out with a concussion, or he's in the protocol, whatever. And my dad and I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh great, we got red wine in there. This is dangerous. And my dad goes, "Oh no, they got the red one kid in there. He's a player. He can play." And I said, "I don't know, Dad. Like we're gonna have to see. I don't know." And sure enough, the second I say that, the ball's in the air. Red wine picks it off. And boom, and I'm looking. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So, and I tweeted it out. I tweeted it out. I was like, "Yo, my dad believed in you, Sheldrick. He believed in you."
Yeah, that's a big confidence boost.
Absolutely.
For Higgins, for him, for Hubbard, all these guys, Johnson, all these guys who stepped it up.
Yep.
Can look forward to playing against the Steelers next week. Miles has got a grudge match, against the Steelers as a result of what happened last year, and Odell's going to be healthy. Jarvis took a shot in the ribs on that one catch, went into the tent, but then he came out. So
yeah, I think he just had the wind knocked out. I've had the wind knocked out of me in football, and you can't breathe because it's like your lung.
Yeah,
right. You can't breathe. I don't know if it's a kidney shot that does that or lungs, but you just go.
Yeah, but you take a shot like that. Regardless,
you could break ribs, yeah.
You can break ribs, and the inflammation is going to start as soon as he gets into the locker room. If
they got to ice him. If
they don't jump in that tub of ice, to get things, the swelling down.
And that might have been, and you know what? That might have been why the drop passes come, because maybe he felt. It
looked like he short-armed him.
Yeah, and that means he's either feeling somebody coming and he doesn't want to get hit,
right?
Or maybe legitimately he just didn't feel comfortable, because the injury.
Did he have a key pass completion after he dropped those two? I
No.
think he had one more, maybe.
I don't think so. I don't think he had caught another one.
Routine.
I'd have to go back to it. But
he
he only had 4 catches, so I think he had them all in the first.
Yeah, you might be right.
The first half.
So that may have affected him. I wouldn't be surprised if he does not practice all week. And Teller doesn't practice.
And here we go.
Week,
and then you got Higgins is going to have to play more.
Right.
Taylor Taylor's going to have to play if Landry's out.
Right. Bryant, the other tight end's got to play more.
And I got to tell you, I don't like us not having Jarvis Landry in there. But I think Jarvis is going to play against the Steelers unless he physically can't do it.
Absolutely. But we won't,
because he's going to want to be out there so bad he's going to do it.
We won't know until Tuesday rolls around and they've got the full assessment as to
right.
How bad were these guys banged up when they went out. A concussion with the.
All right, Derek, man, see ya.
In the protocol, once you're in that, you don't come out of that in 2 days. I mean, you're in there for a week. You miss a game, so it'll be interesting to see if he stays in that concussion protocol or not.
All right, I'm gonna give the number. The number was 50. Does anybody have? I saw a 51. Did anybody have 50? Did anybody have 50 or 49 would it be a tie? I don't see a 49. I see a 51. Right. And I think that gets it. I think the 51 is going to take it. Going back through it one more time. All right, so the winner is Jake 08311. Jake 03811, you wins the homage.
The wiener.
Congratulations, dude. Congratulations. And I said we're a peak over 200, so we're gonna do one more. I'm gonna wait. We're gonna wait a little bit, but we're gonna do one more giveaway here in a little bit.
What are people saying in the chat? Anything we need to comment on?
I'm looking. I think pretty much the people are bashing Mary Kay as they probably should. Talking about Sendejo. Baker has a rib injury. X-rays coming, says Mary. That's not good. But you can play with a rib injury. It's just like that's a nagging. Rib injuries are nagging that don't go away.
Yeah, you really have to rest. So Casey Keenum may get some playing time against Pittsburgh.
Liberty
not what
says,
we wanted, that's for sure.
Liberty's kind of brought up a point that a lot of people are saying is they trade Njoku for a safety. Like, guys,
there's nobody out there.
Who's out there? Who's on the trading block right now for safeties? Number one, and who would trade him for like an average tight end? Because right now, statistically speaking, we're not selling Njoku very high. Right, he's a guy who's had injuries in the past, kept him off the field, and he has one catch for 6 yards. Not to say that we're not he's not capable of more. But what's the market? You think we're going to get a Pro Bowl safety like a Minkah Fitzpatrick for Njoku? You guys are crazy. And Earl Thomas. I mean, yes, you're right. Earl Thomas is available, and would he be a big upgrade over? Honestly, I'm almost in. Blasian. I'm almost in on Earl Thomas at this point because it's so bad with Sendejo. It is a liability having him out there. And although Redwine might come back and play better, but at this point, if you got a chance to go out there and secure that, we're giving up points. I don't know. I don't know what we do. We got to be looking at him.
Not hurt that bad. He comes back next week and he plays. He's a good strong safety. But yeah, that's a weak spot. Every team has weak spots.
Right.
Nobody has a Super Bowl team from top to bottom. Kansas City came back to earth. Packers are they're off for a while here with all this this COVID stuff and these postponements and the Titans and whatnot. So, an elite team like Kansas City gets beat by the Raiders, which were, they were 1-2, and now they're 2-2. Obviously a rivalry. Anything can happen in the Pittsburgh game. Cincinnati came down to earth. Joe Burrow came down to earth. The Ravens really locked them up and just 27-3. They gave him a garbage field goal at the end. So
I'm still on the whole safety thing. I'm thinking, and we got Aro's asking, what do I think of Justin Simmons from Denver? Is Denver? Are they fire sailing yet?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm legitimately asking. Like, do you think they would be in the fire sale mode? Because at what point is Dallas fire selling?
Well, they won today, so they're back in it in their weak division. But they lose their star quarterback, and you got to go with Andy Dalton, who made a mistake in the game too. He wasn't perfect coming in, but he did win the game for them. And it's something to be said by having a veteran quarterback like an Andy Dalton in your back pocket if your starter goes down for any length of time, 1, 2, 3 games or whatever.
I honestly don't want Case Keenum to come in. Case Keenum comes in, let's say he plays well. Then what? Then we're like, well, what do we do with Baker?
I think Baker comes back. If Baker's hurt and goes out, Baker's not being taken out because he played poorly.
Right.
He's being taken out because he got hurt. And Casey Keenum never really lit it up except for a game or two. He got paid a lot of money, and he's a decent backup. He's the type of quarterback that maybe not lose a game for you, but he may not win the game for you either.
We beat Case Keenum in Denver when Julius Peppers went and got the big sack at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've seen Case Keenum play, and for a backup quarterback, I'm glad we have him, right? Because I'd rather have Case Keenum than Gilbert.
Right.
But that being said, I don't want it to create some sort of situation because there's a lot of Baker haters out there, like real haters.
Yeah. Well, they're getting fewer and fewer with these wins, even though he didn't play well in the second half. He made some mistakes, and the Colts made him pay for a little bit of it. They didn't kill him on the interception, but that was not a good time to throw an interception and let them back in the game. Luckily, we held them to a field goal, and our field goal kicker did his job when he had to. Extra points, a couple of field goals, Doinker at the end. So, one bad play on special teams.
Yep.
And that was it. Everything else was good. No fumbles, no bad calls by the ref, stupid penalties at bad times. So, offensive line played pretty good with one of our stars out. It's a win is a win, and those are the games that we could not win last year or certainly the year before.
Right.
So these are wins that, other than going to the injury report, we chalk it up as a nice win over a decent team. Colts had the top defense in the league, and we didn't run it up on the ground on them till the end. We got
32
some yardage.
points.
But
35,
we got
34,
points.
49, 32.
Right.
Guys, we can score points. We got bailed out by the defense. 9 points from the defense special teams.
Yeah.
Now, we gave back 7, so the special teams was -5. That's how. But then if you count the field goals, which I don't know if you can really put. I mean, that's just an expected thing, right? But he's still
last year.
Parkey put up 9 points on the field goals, and then all the extra points. I mean, guys, we have a kicker, right? Ara says, here's a question for you. Would you go for an Eric Dickerson trade for number one? I don't know what you mean with that. Would you go for an Eric Dickerson trade for number one? I don't know what that means. You got to give me some more details, Ara. Like if you're asking me if we could trade something for
or top running back for a number one pick,
no,
I don't think so.
I mean, if we wanted to make a trade for a safety, we would have gone after Jamal Adams, and it'd be interesting to find out if we're actually in the Jamal Adams sweepstakes. Because he's working out fine for Seattle.
He's got to play for somebody. So, but yeah, now you start looking at the fire sale guys, the Giants. Miami is now off the schneid again, so you take them out of the mix.
The Jets got to be in fire sale soon.
They got waxed today again.
I don't know if the Chargers would be in fire sale because they're actually trying to build it up, not burn it down.
Right.
The Redskins though.
Redskins might be interested in getting rid of somebody to get a draft choice.
The Texans maybe they could be in fire sale.
Yeah, Jaguars lost. So you gotta look at those teams and say, who wants to start building for next year? Because as each week
Peppers back, do you think he gives Peppers back?
He's hurt. He's not playing.
Yeah.
So I don't want a hurt player. Plus, I wasn't all that enamored with Peppers.
49ers got smoked.
Yeah.
The Lions could be in. The Lions are actually a team that could be in fire sale.
Or the Falcons, 0-4. They gotta look at, or maybe they're 0-5. They got to look at starting to rebuild, or maybe they don't want to rebuild and they're going to go for Trevor Lawrence and Matt Ryan is done. I mean he's getting long in the tooth, and obviously he's not playing well because they're 0-4. Now, granted, a lot of that is on the defense of Atlanta. They put up some points, but it's all about wins. It's all about wins.
I think it's Ara saying, do you want to trade 3 number ones? And 3 number 2s for number 1 pick? No, we're not in a position to do that.
Maybe somebody comes out of the draft next year that's head and shoulders above. We go for the top safety. Depending on where we finish.
Guys, if we can stop teams from scoring, we win games. We've got the team to do it.
Yeah, we got the weapons.
We have the weapons, guys. We have the team.
Baker doesn't force the ball downfield. We get Chubb back, so that they have to really respect the 1-2 duo of Hunt and Chubb. The play action means that much more. You roll them out. I think that part of the problem is a couple of the throws that we saw that Baker sailed were because he kept his eye on the receiver a little bit too long maybe, and they gave the defensive linemen who were not getting to Baker, other than that one sack he took, the hard one, they're putting their hands up. When you have to throw over a 6'3" guy with his hands up jumping, you're altering the flight of the ball, and a couple of those just literally sailed. And Baker got away with them. And
to be honest, like putting Terrence Mitchell back there at safety, I just don't know how. It's a different position. Cornerback and safety is a different position. Can people do it? Yes, but it's a completely different role. I think you got to go find a safety,
right? And
because we're not winning against real playoff teams with the secondary we have.
No, we're not gonna. It's going to be a real challenge to beat Pittsburgh. Baltimore again. We got some guys that we can beat on the rest of our schedule, which is good. Which hopefully will get us in the playoffs. We need that experience.
We got to be able to beat Pittsburgh, though. I mean, we beat Pittsburgh twice last year, right? We beat them twice last year, and we have arguably a better team this year. But I think they've retooled as well, right? So I think the Steelers are not as bad, but we got to be able to get to Ben. If we do to Ben what we did to Phillip today, we got the game. But if you looked at what the Eagles just let Ben Roethlisberger, they couldn't get to him at all.
No, and it all depends on what your scheme is. If you're rushing just 4 players, for down linemen. If they don't get off the ball, if they don't make a quick move like Miles does to the inside, to the outside, which opens up the edge if you go to the inside, then you've got to be willing to take a little bit of risk. You got to blitz. You got to put somebody in Ben's face and make him move left and right. He got out of a couple of things with.
But it's not going to be Ben like 10 years ago, Ben.
No,
It's going to be Ben. It's going to be old, slow, fat Ben.
Right. That's 4-0.
Yeah. I mean, and who threw 3 touchdowns today.
Right.
I mean,
they were wide open. A couple of those were wide open.
But again, if you look at the Colts, right? You look at the Colts' first couple games. Other than the Jacksonville game, which was still 27-20. I mean, it wasn't like the Colts got blown out by Jacksonville. No. Away, by the way. You play that game in Indianapolis in the Dome, maybe it's a different story. But the reality is the Colts had pretty consistent, just regular, close NFL games, and then they come to Cleveland and they got in a lot of I could argue they got stomped. However, they got back into it because of because of 2 interceptions and 1 return kick.
Right.
You don't have
and their defense.
It's tightening up a couple things.
Rivers made the mistakes. I mean, he for a guy who's as experienced and as skilled as Rivers is and was, that really was he lost the game for them based on his poor decision making and his throws. And we stepped up and we made the
interceptions,
the ones we had to.
To be honest, the interceptions with Rivers today,
the pick 6 was terrible. Terrible. I mean, our guy, even the announcer said, well, the guy didn't really do anything outstanding. All he did was step in front of him and run 50 yards for a touchdown.
The 2 interceptions,
good Lord.
The 2 interceptions were big, but the safety was huge. The safety is on Phillip Rivers. And you know what? I actually I call that more on Frank Reich. On the Colts coaching staff.
Yeah, they should never have put him in the end zone.
They're running the ball, and to be honest, they weren't running the ball. They were having success.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were moving the ball against the Browns. If you watch any of the Browns games, we have put teams right on the goal line, and they've been able to easily get out of that.
And you could put it up to reverse psychology, reverse strategy. Everybody thinks they're going to run the ball because they've been successful. We load the box, and then they pull a fast one on us, and they drop and they throw. And Rivers has been around forever. He knows better than generations to do that. Yeah, all he had to do was get it to the line of scrimmage, but make it look like there was somebody in the area somewhere, and he didn't do that. And we got the call. It went in our favor.
Yeah.
The fact that not only you get the 2 points, but you get the ball back, and the clock now is our friend. We want to run the clock out.
And again, last week you could say arguably that Denzel Ward sealed it off with the interception. Almost had another one.
Yeah.
And then you gotta say, just in general, the fact that we held them to that field goal. Right then. We held them to the field goal. They didn't get aggressive and try to go for it on 4th down, because if they don't, they lose. It's over. So they got to take the points there. Then they don't do it. They don't do an onside kick again, right? So another non-onside kick, another squib that we get is fine. And then Dearness Johnson breaking 28 yards.
Too. We got that squib back. I guess Peoples-Jones. We missed it because of the internet breakup. Yeah. But Jones must have gotten it back.
We got to the 30-yard
replay. It was beyond the 25, so that didn't work in their favor.
You see the return yards here.
So
Peoples-Jones from a kick return. He had a 28-yard return sometime. We missed the 28-yard return.
Yeah, and it might have been that one where he picked it up.
He almost had 100. Peoples-Jones, all-purpose. If you look at kicks and punts, he had 100 yards.
Yeah.
Did he catch a ball? I don't think he did. No, but that's fine. That's what he's there for, guys. He's there for. He's not a super dynamic. I was talking to my dad. I was like, Peoples-Jones has not shown us yet a Josh Cribbs, like, I want to go full face down, running
right through
gonna kill everyone with it. But he also doesn't have that kind of finesse type thing that Metcalf had. So I don't know. Like, he's fine. He's sure-handed and fine, and I'm completely happy that we have him back there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Dearness Johnson.
Man,
that kid.
2 big plays last week and this week.
Production.
And he wasn't doing anything, really. You take the 28.
He had 28 yards, but he had 8 carries for 32.
8 for 32 plus the 28?
No, he had 32 overall yards. So he was doing nothing.
The only thing he did.
Yeah.
All those.
But that's it. He was a Sandman today.
But at the end, they were running him up the middle to run out the clock. He wasn't trying to.
That's fair.
To do so. It's almost like kneeling with the quarterback, except and he did take a loss there. Just before the field goal, which made it a 46-yard field goal. It should have been more like a 42-yard field goal. But the
Falcons fired their head coach.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Wow. Okay. They could be fire sailing. The Falcons could be fire sailing. Yeah. Because if they get Trevor Lawrence in Atlanta, I'm sure they'd love that.
That's the second coach to go at this point. With Bill O'Brien going and Brunell gets his first win. God
bless
buddy,
Romeo.
Always liked him, but he never was able to really get it going.
Romeo Crennel, he just kind of stood there looking at the field.
He's 73 years old now. Is he going to stay as he got the win?
I think Clinton-Dix is on the Dallas practice squad. Believe it or not. Okay. That's what I last time I checked with he's on Dallas's practice squad. So
yeah, is he that good? I don't know.
He's
not playing. He's not playing for the worst defensive secondary in the whole league, and he's not playing. How bad is he? He's got a. But
is he
name.
better? Is he better than Sendejo?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think he's better than Sendejo?
I don't think so. I think Sendejo is getting some unfair, shots taken at him. We've won 4 games. I don't know.
I've been watching the same games you've been watching.
Yeah, and I think as Quincy Carrier said, you're asking him to do more than he is physically capable of doing in terms of yardage and his speed.
He's 33 years old.
He makes tackles.
He was available, Atlanta.
So hopefully we can find somebody. That's what a GM is all about. That's the one thing we miss with not having Dorsey. Dorsey would be out there beating the bushes, doing a deal, getting somebody in who's, whatever. We did bring Johnson back in off the tuna boat. Somebody knew that
mahi boat.
Yeah, it was good. And that's worked out, with 2 nice, great plays by him. Redwine steps up and makes that tremendous interception.
I think, guys, yes, we're 4-1, and that's great. But I think we're going to look back in this game, and I think, mark my words right now, guys, mark them right now. Whatever, timestamp this. I think ultimately this is going to be a game that we're gonna wish we kind of had back, because I think we got beat up physically in this game. With Jarvis could be down. Harrison could be down.
Teller could be out for a while.
Teller could be out. Baker could be out. This is Kareem Hunt. Who knows?
Those are the only ones we know about. When you get back into the locker and they start taking the tape off, and the guys go into the trainer and they say, this hurts and this hurts. Who knows?
I do think also
going to be a very weak practice this week, except for the guys who are trying to, step up from the practice squad to the second team to the first team. 4
wins in a row. I think they've earned a little time to relax. But get in the ice bath, guys, because we need this going into for the potential to be 5-1, going against our arch rivals away at the Steelers. That's going to be a huge game. And I think those guys who are on the fence about it are they're going to be the guys who are like, I want to play.
I want to step up.
Right? I want to play. One more question from Jake says, what is or where is the email address for you? Oh, I'm sorry, browniepostgame@gmail.com. browniepostgame@gmail.com. Very simple. Just like the name of the channel, browniepostgame@gmail.com. All right, so let's do one more giveaway. Let's do a so guys, I had done an OBJ Funko Pop giveaway last week, and the guy never contacted me. Right, so we got an OBJ Funko Pop that I'm perfectly happy to give away.
And we got 250 guys in chat, so you got
250, one in 250 chance to win the OBJ Funko. 1 to 100 OBJ Funko. Go. Boom. And I'm going to give a number. Okay, got my number in. I am not looking. Numbers in. Type away, type away, type away. Everybody, subscribe to the channel. This is a good chance for us to talk about the opportunity you have as a Browns fan to commit to the Browns by being a subscriber to this channel. Doesn't cost you anything. It's not like Twitch, where Twitch costs you something for subscribing. If you want to help support the channel, we do have Patreon. It's at the bottom, patreon.com/Brownie Postgame. It only takes $1, and it allows us to do cool giveaways. Like the money that I get from the Patreon stuff, I'm giving back to you as the audience, as the Brownie Post family, right? Also support some of the other guys we have on that help us out. Tim Ali Realty, John Schlegel, Sabo Apparel, Homage. Guys, do it. Let's get it going. Get that rocking. Appreciate all of you guys. Legal needs, real estate needs, apparel needs, right? Do your thing.
Hey guys, I have turned 72 years old on last Monday, and got down here from Delaware. We were up in Delaware and on our way back to Parkland, Florida, which is where our permanent residence is. So I got to stay with Mike here for the last day or so, and we'll go back tomorrow. But I picked up my birthday presents, and
you want to show them what you got?
in true Browns tradition, I got all Browns stuff, and one of the things he gave me was a 4-set of
valve caps.
Valve caps for your car. Unfortunately, I have some nice ones on my Corvette, so I'm giving these back to Mike, and he's going to put them on.
All right, we're going to give these away too.
We can give those.
You want to give these away? All right, we'll do that next. We'll do that next.
I have a pontoon boat, and I need a hat that.
Look at this hat.
Keep the sun off of me, and so now I have this one, which has the Browns on it, and it'll keep that off, and I can put the rope on it and turn it up to a Cowboys hat if I need to. But very functional, very light, very comfortable.
Very comfortable. Gotta have it.
That I have a sticker for my windshield or back of the car.
Gotta have an elf sticker.
So I gotta have an elf on there. We didn't put the flag up today outside. We should have put.
Yeah, you know, forgot about the flag.
I kept thinking about it, but never did it.
Forgot about it. Had the flag. Forgot to put the flag out there.
I have.
Kova says happy birthday.
Of the opposite cardiac kids, I have a T-shirt.
Yeah, this came from GV Art, which we're doing. I got the Bernie from GV as well.
The cardiac kids with Brian Sipe. Your microphone is in the way here.
There you go.
So a great T-shirt. I will wear this proudly. I remember Brian Sipe. He's one of the great quarterbacks in our history. A real clutch player. So I got that. And then the last item.
Did I get you more stuff?
Yep.
What else did I get you?
I will use it tomorrow.
The
Victory Monday!
The Victory Mug. Yeah, we're going to break out the Victory Mugs tomorrow.
So I get to use it tomorrow morning.
That's
for
right.
Coffee
We're going to be drinking our Victory Mugs.
At 6:15 in the morning. And so all very functional.
Bunch of brown stuff.
Usable brown stuff.
All right, so the number, guys, was 80. The number was 80. Let's go back. Do we see? We have a 78. I see 78. That's the closest one. 87. That's not it. I think the 78 might take it. Keep me honest, guys. Keep me honest on this. All right.
You guys are not good, so I can't tell.
All right, we have a 77 that came in as well, but it looks like Crado Spot might have it with 78. Guys, Crado Spot to me, I believe, is 78. Crado, this is for the OBJ Funko.
Okay.
BJ Funko winner. Okay, dude. Crado spot. Send me an email to browniepostgame@gmail.com. Let me know that you were the one who won the OBJ Funko, and send me your address, and I'll get that to you. Email Brownie Postgame. Oh no, Edward said he had 78. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me just confirm that, Edward. I only saw one. Hold on, going back up here. Okay. Okay, boom. Edward did have. We're going to overtime.
Pick another number.
We're going to overtime, boys. We're going to overtime. Okay, so sorry. Crado, I apologize.
Gotta win it. Gotta win it. Either that, or we give him. We give him this one too.
Yeah, well, that's what we get.
The other guy.
Whoever wins is gonna get the OBJ. Whoever loses is gonna get the Browns. The Browns
wheel caps. Wheel caps.
Or just like air caps for your, what are they? Valve caps, okay?
Valve cap.
So no matter what, we got both Crado and Edward are gonna win. Right. But let's go. All right, so now this is for the Funko. All right, so
this is the better prize.
I'm just saying, whoever wins this is gonna win the Funko.
Right.
Edward and Crado. 1 to 100 now. Okay, my number's in, so I'm just looking for the only people I'm looking to type in right now that a number is Edward and Crado. Both of you guys have got to enter a number from 1 to 100 now. Go. Yeah, guys, what a game. I mean, can you believe we're 4-1?
No.
But can you all? I can also. It's
4 in a row.
It's a dangerous 4-1 too. It's like it's like a 4-1.
Right, but it's not a bad 4-1.
No, it wasn't terrible.
No, we beat Indianapolis, that was our toughest game so far. Our next toughest game is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, without a doubt. Arch rival in Pittsburgh, banged up, you name it. They're playing well. We're going to be a 6-point dog, a 7-point dog.
Yes, Jake, it's browniepostgame@gmail.com. Yes, correct.
So it's
is Crado Sport here?
Then we got Cincinnati after Pittsburgh.
Yep, Cincinnati away.
We come back to earth. Hopefully, we can handle Cincinnati. And then we got to be getting close to a bye week now. You know, we could really use the time off.
Now we're bruised.
Yeah,
we're a little bruised here.
Absolutely.
I was 4 years old the last time we were 4-1. Says Jay Smallsy. My God, dude. All right. Well, hey, if he left, if Crado left, then it defaults to Edward, and we got one more giveaway. I'm gonna give him another minute just in case he comes back. Maybe he lost connection. I don't know. Everybody's saying he left. So Edward, go ahead and send me an email. Edward, sorry, I keep calling Edward. Edward, send me an email to browniepostgame@gmail.com. Let me know that you won the Funko. Send me your address.
We'll have to come up.
I was not born yet, says American Saxon. I love it, dude. I love it. All right, one more. Let's do one more. So this is for the Valve caps. This is the Valve cap winner. 1 to 100 for the Valve cap. Valve cap. Go. Okay, I got my number in there. Valve cap. This is for the Valve cap. Type in your number, boys and girls. Let's make it so. It's turning into the giveaway channel. Go, go, go. But so we got, all right, just so a couple other things. We got me and Mike Ristano. We're going to be going live on Wednesday night. So come back Wednesday night. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you have not hit like yet, please hit like. It helps signal to YouTube that we're giving people good content. So go ahead and hit like and subscribe to the channel. Do me a favor on both of those things because it allows us to do more things. It allows more people to see it. That means more Patreon money. That means more giveaways. That means more Browns victories. Right? So it all means Browns wins. Oh, man, I love it. Myles Garrett's having a good year.
Ooh.
Miles Garrett is showing our defensive
sacks.
line, guys, is stupid
And that's
good.
even with double teamed,
Triple teamed.
With being chipped or being picked up by the.
He was getting chipped by a tight end, a left tackle, and a running back at times.
Yeah. So we are putting pressure on from the other side. So at some point they're going to have to really respect the other side and up the middle.
Yep.
If we get healthy again, our defensive line is pretty good. And if we get a linebacker here, and we get, obviously we need a safety, and we need Greedy Williams to come back. I mean, we need a lot of stuff, just like other teams.
Yeah.
But we didn't suffer a major, definitely out for the season loss of our players like some people did today and last week. And those are really demoralizing for the team, for the coach, for all of us fans. When you see, if Chubb had torn his ACL as opposed to just bruising it,
MCL,
it would have been really horrible. So we count our blessings. We got our win.
We got through it, guys.
It wasn't perfect, but we did enough. It wasn't a 10-7 game, which I would have been disappointed in. We got 30-plus points on the board. We could have had more. Baker
Prescott's out for the year.
A little bit more. Prescott,
that dude's he's done.
He's done.
Dunzo. All right, the number for the Valve Caps was 21. Blasian had 22, and I think he wins it with 22, unless somebody had a 20, and I don't see a 20. So Blasian, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. If it's Blaslian with a 1, or it's Blaswanian, or I'm just gonna call it your Blasian. Blasian. You win. Oh, hold on a second. He might have put in 2 numbers. He might have put in 2 numbers, and then you're disqualified. Where is it?
What do you have, a 22?
Well, my number, somebody had a 22, but I think...
Oh, 22 somewhere.
Here's a 23. Okay, 22, I was wrong. There's a 22, and I'm sorry, Blasian, it's not you. You had 13. It's Jake. Can Jake win twice? You know what? Jake, you win twice, dude. I don't usually... now he's saying Jake had 22, but I won a t-shirt already. Jake, unless you want to give it up, they're yours, dude. Yeah, man, that's crazy. It's so many huge injuries. Everybody. You got Saquon's out, Dak's out. Everybody seems like they're getting nailed, Yeah, sorry, Blasian, 13. I think I was reading it wrong because you were right over top of it. Jake says he wants to give it up. So the next closest guy might have been 23. I'm looking back. Jake had the 22. 23 was Erlanger Veritas. Is Erlanger Veritas still in the chat? Erlanger Veritas, you win. Send me an email to browniepostgame@gmail.com, browniepostgame@gmail.com, letting me know that you are Erlanger Veritas and you want the Valve Caps. We'll get that mailed out to you. Love it, guys. Love it. All right. Well, hey, there's some football left to be played tonight, right? So we got one more game to watch. So we're gonna probably call it 9 o'clock here Eastern time. Been at it for an hour and 22 minutes. I want to thank everybody. This is the highest concurrent viewer that we've had all year, and I think it's going to continue to grow as the Browns continue to do well, kicking ass. Support us on Patreon. Subscribe to the channel. Send us a like. Send out anybody who won prizes today. Send me an email to browniepostgame@gmail. And yeah. I think go Browns. I think that's it. It's just go Browns.
Go Browns.
All right, guys.
5-1 next week. 5-1.
4-1 today. Maybe 5-1 next week. Who knows? All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Especially
Thanks, guys.
Especially everybody. Kyle, I saw you came back, man. Thank you. We will be back on Wednesday. Wednesday night, me and Ristano will be live again. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. All right, go Browns.
Go Browns.